Corruption is in the DNA of the people because the men of God stopped preaching salvation. What a great nation! She is naturally and minerally endowed, blessed with talented human resource, yet has one of the poorest economy of the world, with a valueless currency. Diversity is supposed to be the strength for prosperity, but in her case, her diversity is the reason for her adversity, the most divided nation on earth with the most unpatriotic people. She can boast of being the most corrupt nation on earth, with strong individuals and weak institutions, such as her electoral body, judicial system, police force, electricity sector, and banking system. The weak institutions make the strong men, the politicians, while her labor force is the most enslaved workforce on earth. She can boast as the capital of poverty in the world, her people suffering and smiling. The youths have been handicapped by the government even though they have hands and they can work. The masses have been silenced by the strong politicians, even though they are one of the most educated people in the world. The strong politicians use poverty as their weapon to handicap and silence the people. She can boast of some of the world's richest persons on earth, yet she owns the capital of world poverty, a nation with the richest politicians in the world, yet have the poorest citizens of the world. Her democracy has been raped by the corrupt politicians. They are supposed to be leaders, but they turned themselves into dealers. Instead of leading the people, they are dealing with the people. The court of law, which is the last hope of the common man, is now the lost hope of the common man. The politicians now buy justice, and for the judiciary, justice is for the highest bidder. She can boast of some of the world's most influential men of God on earth, yet she owns the capital of witchcraft and backwardness. She is one of the most religious nations on earth, yet owns the capital of terrorism and crime. The Boko Haram, bandit, herdsmen, secessionists, militants, criminals, scammers, agbero, prostitutes, traffickers, etc. She has some of the biggest churches in the world. The churches are growing, yet the nation is dying. The world is now in the church, and the church in world, such that even when the nation is falling inside the well, the church will say it's well, because the truth has been silenced by the money of the politicians. You can find churches in every street of the nation, virtually in every compound, with great men of God, yet the nation have all these inhumane record. Then the question is, what message are these great men of God preaching? May God Almighty have mercy upon this nation. Corruption in the DNA of the people because the men of God stopped preaching salvation.
Subscribe. Charles Nelson Inspirational Motivational Videos.